comes from the Ninpiden, written in 1560 by Hattori Hanzo. Okay. Now a lot of people like to argue the date, right? But I think 1560 is the one that is most used as far as the date of that particular document. Now here's the quote. All right, so I've got two quotes from the Ninpiden, and we're going to have a little discussion. Okay. So here we go. This is what the Ninpiden says. On the above matters, there is much to be transmitted, as these are our deepest secrets and are to be kept within our family. Even between a father and son or brothers, it should never be passed down to anyone who is undeserving and without due consideration. That's the first quote. Basically, Hattori Hanzo is saying, be very careful who you teach this shit to, right? I mean, even if it's between a father and a son, or the brothers, you have to be very careful. These are our deepest secrets. That's what he's talking about, right? And then he goes on to say, to people other than those in the family, never show or even give a word away without exception, no matter if people are descendants of an Iga or Koga family. No one should be shown all of the above points apart from a father to only one of his sons. This manual has the deepest secrets and their core principles. This manual has the deepest secrets and the core principles of the correct way, and it should be kept inside, deep in one's mind. So, you know, the Ninpiden, right? Some people say Ninpiden, or some people say Shinobi Hiden. So it's kind of like the deepest secrets of ninjutsu, right? So Hi means secret, Den means transmission, Nin or Shinobi Hiden, it kind of makes like the ninja's deep secrets or the ninja hidden secrets, right? Some different ways of looking at the translation of that. So when you look at the Ninpiden, you open up the first book and it has all these different sets of skills. It doesn't really say what you're doing yet because the manual goes on and starts talking about different things. But it opens up with, you don't show this to anybody. It has to be very select few people can know this knowledge or should be passed on this knowledge. And that line that we're talking about, how much of it in the modern day, where's that line? I want people to know that there are things that we have here that is kept secret and it's only between me and my students, but we also have to walk that line of, we want the world to know that we're doing ninjutsu, because if people are interested in that type of martial art, then this is what we're doing. As these are our deepest secrets and to be kept within our family. So he's saying, you can just jump on in those. He's saying that these are like so sacred, you need to keep it within a small group, basically. That's what a family is, right? A small group. Back then, I know blood and all that kind of stuff meant a little bit more than it does today. But then over here he says, no matter if people are descendants of Iga or Koga, no one should be shown all of the above points apart from a father to only one of his sons. This manual has the deepest secrets. So in the modern day, do you think that it should be still secret? Or do you think that it should just be thrown out there? Secret? Yeah. Secret? Yeah. Yeah. I think it should be too, because I think, and I know that there's an argument, like some people will say, well, ninjutsu don't need to be secret because, you know, like the Bansen-shukai is out, or the Shoninki's out there, or this is the Ninpiden's out there. And those are great, but the guy that wrote the Ninpiden, that tradition is dead. It doesn't exist anymore. You can read the book, but Hattori Ryu died out. Like Fujibayashi Ryu from the Bansen-shukai, it died out, right? These manuals that we have, they're not, the tradition's done. Do you catch what I'm saying? That's why they're a public source. So, but just because you study from the Bansen-shukai, or you study from the Ninpiden, or you study from the Shoninki, and although that is ninjutsu in itself, and you can make a great reference to it, it's still, none of those books are Togaku Ryu. None of those books are Tomo-ru. I feel that ninjutsu should be something sacred, even in the modern day. I think it is set for a certain kind of people, and I think it should be secret. I don't think it should be kept that way. And I think it's great that we have these public records. I think the Ninpiden being a public source, or the Shoninki, or the Bansen-shukai, I think that's great that those are public sources. And I think it's great that all ninjutsu schools can use them as a public source to have a reliable source of information to learn history. That's great. But I think that if you're going to truly learn a tradition, whether you're studying Iga-ryu, or Kogo-ryu, or Tomo-ryu, or Ban-ryu, or Togaku-ryu, or Kumogaku-ryu, or Gokshin-ryu, or, you know, what other, if whatever ninjutsu schools out there are so many schools out there teaching ninjutsu, whatever tradition is you're learning, I think it's great that they use those, but I think whatever tradition you're learning, you should keep it secret and keep it within your family. And nowadays, family doesn't necessarily mean bloodline. Now family is the dojo, right? I think that's probably where we could replace family and put dojo in there. So I'm going to read the quote one more time. And this time, I'm just, instead of putting family, I'm going to put students and dojo instead of kids and family. And I think it'll paint a different picture of how this ancient manual fits now. Right? So this is a Hinka version, right, of quotes from the Ninpiden by Hattori Hanzo. On the above matters, so first of all, let me do this. Let me read it one more time like he wrote it, and then I'm going to read it by switching those words, because there's going to be someone online to be like, that's not what he said. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read it one time by his word and then my replacement. So, Hattori Hanzo. On the above matters, there is much to be orally transmitted, as these are the deepest secrets and are to be kept within our family. Even between a father and son or brothers, it should never be passed down to anyone who is undeserving and without due consideration. To people other than those in the family, never show or even give a word away without permission. No matter if people are descendants of Ika and Koga, no one should be shown all of the above points apart from a father to only one of his sons. This manual has the deepest secrets and core principles of the correct way, and it should be kept inside deep in one's mind. So that's what he says. So let's take that same writing and let's fit this today, right? And then we'll kind of end up the Kuden here. So, flip a few words here. On the above matters, there is much to be orally transmitted, as these are the deepest secrets and to be kept within our school. Even between a teacher and their students, it should never be passed down to anyone who is undeserving and without due consideration. To people other than those in the dojo, never show or even give a word away without exception, no matter if they are people from other martial arts schools. No one should be shown all of the above points apart from a teacher to their student. This manual has the deepest secrets and the core principles of the correct way, and it should be kept inside, deep in one's mind. So I think the way I read it the second time, by taking family to dojo and sons to students and, you know what I mean, Iga Koga to other schools, I think that's a way of reading that and making that fit exactly in the time that we are.